Hi, this is Steve from GSX.
Hey, I'm Luis Benitez. I'm a social software product manager at IBM, and we're here in Puerto Rico. This is actually my house. You can see we're about 8, maybe 9 steps away from the ocean. No, just kidding. We're actually at a hotel here in the metro area. I got the pleasure to have Steve visiting. And Steve, you wanted to show me something?
Absolutely. Well, thanks for hosting us here in Puerto Rico. It's a little tough working for GSX when you get to fly to Puerto Rico and hang out to do a video. Actually, I'm on vacation, and I'm really working on vacation. What we're here to talk about is a GSX Monitor to help support your Quickr installation, to help you control and make sure the continuity of service is there to give your end users what they need. But we'll let the functionality speak for itself, and let's take off and look at that.
Perfect. Enjoy.
Well, many of you have probably seen the GSX Monitor admin dashboard before, and in our little pretend company here we have a couple columns of servers of different types, some Domino servers, Traveler, Quickr, ports, URLs and web pages we want to monitor, Bez, Exchange, depending on what you have in your environment. But of course, we're here to talk about Quickr primarily. So in the Quickr bar, we see that we only have one Quickr server in this example company, and that server's green. Green is good, means it's up, and the server's up, and the individual tasks that are required for Quickr to work are up, and the Quickr servlet is up. We have another warning light here telling me that some of our places have a problem because it's yellow, it's not green, right? And if you look in the tooltip, it tells you that 10 of the Quickr places cannot be accessed, so that's obviously a problem. If I wanted to go in and look at the details, I can either double click here or go to the server settings tab, and here I'm on the Quickr scanning page. So of course we set up some credentials to monitor our Quickr server. We set up the scan frequency, so every 5 minutes we're going to scan the Quickr server. If it works, we come back and do it again in 5 minutes. If we believe we have a problem, we'll drop down to a retry frequency, so we're going to check more often. So in this case it's every 1 minute, and the alert threshold during business hours is 1 minute, so that means if I see a problem, I'm going to wait a minute before I send an alert, and the reason we're doing that is specifically to get a retry, or more than one potentially, in before we actually tell the team that something's wrong to see if it's really a problem. We can establish what our business hours for that server and have a different threshold, so we're less sensitive at the off hours, whatever they are, when the requirement to have the Quickr server working is not as extreme and supporting of our business. Now we can send up various alerts if Quickr is down, if the network's down, if Quickr is back and responding again, and if the network is back and responding. And there's a whole list of alerts. This says the default alert, but it's actually a default profile, and we have a whole series of different types of alerts we can send, and I guess we've done this in other videos, so just to save time I'm going to skip that for now and suggest that you either contact one of the sales team or go look at one of the other videos to understand all the alerting possibilities within GSX Monitor, because I want to get into some of the more specific things for Quickr. We have specific place alert settings. None of them happen to be set up in my little demo system here, but the first one is the Quickr catalog working properly, and can we access the catalog? Obviously, if there's a lot of data that's being stored in Quickr, you want to make sure your users can get to it. So being able to confirm if the Quickr catalog is working, and then or rather not working, and then if it starts working again, we would monitor. And behind this is that same alert profile where we can have multiple alert profiles set up if we wanted to. One of the biggest concerns a lot of people have with Quickr is that the users start to put a lot of data in here. Of course, now that's the objective, but it also is one of the challenges that the technical resources have to manage. So we can set some thresholds that if we go above a certain number of places, we can alert the appropriate team, so they're at least aware of that and can start looking at, do we need more disk, basically is what it all comes down to. We can do the same thing if the amount of storage of all the Quickr places together exceeds some threshold. So in this example, it's 10, 11, 12, 13 gigabytes. You know, you can set the number to be as sensitive as you want. And again, we can issue an alert based on the same profile mechanism that we looked at before. Here we can set a threshold that if any individual Quickr place goes above some size, so if a individual place goes above 3 gigabytes, we're going to again let the right people notify with our alerting mechanisms. And we can also turn on an alert that if a Quickr place is added or deleted, we again notify the right people. You could pick the ones of these that matter to you. So what we're trying to do here is watch what's happening in your Quickr environment. And of course, we can also go to the Quickr Statistics tab and see all the information we have here. So if in this case, I only have one server, but if I had multiple servers, I could see that. I can see the number of places. I can see the condition of the tasks and servlet. In this example, I'm not accessing the places, or I don't have any in my demo data, so I can't really see anything. But normally I'd see the title of the place, description, who owns it, how big it is, how many docs, last modified, last access. So again, to see if that data is even being accessed, and then the other places that exist in our environment that I'd be able to go look at. Another nice piece that we can do is we can actually model user activity. So on the Performance tab, I can look at what happens when I attempt to access individual places. So we're doing this for two reasons. It's nice to know that the server's up. It's nice to know that HTTP is up and the Quickr task is up and the servlet's working. But it's a whole other matter to go actually access the content. So we can set up multiple places. In this case, we only happen to have two. And in this example, we're checking every 10 minutes to see if that place is acceptable or accessible rather. Here we're actually seeing the response time that the GSX Monitor workstation experienced when attempted to do this. I only have 3-4 days here, but you might have a month or so of data depending on the length of your scan cycle. And again, we're going to notify you if you cannot access the place, or if you can access the place but it exceeds the timeout threshold. 180 seconds is a little long, so maybe we care about being a little more sensitive than that, but I think you get the idea, is that we're noticing what's the performance the users are experiencing and alerting you if the user's requirement and the business unit's needs are not being met adequately. Now there's a whole other piece of GSX Monitor, the Analyzer tool, that allows you to do reporting on all of our various platforms. We've had other sessions on that. And of course, we also do that for Quickr, but we've gone a little over 5 minutes now, so I think I'm going to end. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to Luis, and we'll catch you next time.